try, but you can't expect a demigod to beat a decapod. Hook it up. You die, so prepare to tear your aching heart. You're hanging high, far from the... Oh, hey! I'm just checking out some of my, souvenirs I got from my latest trip to, Disney. Yeah. You know, I love going to Disney parks. I've been going to Disneyland for almost 26 years, and every time I go and come back, I just immediately miss it. That's okay, because there are other ways to experience the magic of Disney parks, specifically video games. Now, a while back, I did a video on Disney's Adventures in the Magic Kingdom for the NES. It's a good game. A hard game, but it's a good game. But there are other Disney theme park related games. Specifically, I've been playing one recently on my phone called Disney's Magic Kingdom. And when I say playing, I mean waiting, because this game isn't a game.
I remember back in 2015 at Disney's D23 Expo, they had a presentation about upcoming Disney games, and they first announced Disney Magic Kingdoms, a game where you get to build your own Disney theme park using popular attractions and characters from throughout Disney history. I was pretty dang excited. A Disney version of Roller Coaster Tycoon? This was made for me! Oh, how naive I was.
The Disney Magic Kingdoms is kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, if in Roller Coaster Tycoon you placed a building on a very small map and then waited 8 hours in real time for it to be built. Yeah. It's one of those kind of games.
This kind of gameplay has become common on mobile devices ever since Farmville took over your great aunt's social life. You build some stuff, wait for it to actually be built, collect some currency from it, and then use that to build more stuff you have to wait for. It's hardly a game at all. It starts off promising enough. With Mickey Mouse running into the park, you see Main Street and the castle. It's neat. Then Maleficent is there because she put some kind of curse on the kingdom and you have to fix it. There's an ongoing story, but story sections show up so infrequently, they might as well not exist at all. Within 30 minutes, the game tells you have to send Mickey to do something for an hour, and you already can't play the game anymore. And that's the whole game. Sending all of your favorite Disney characters off to do something for hours at a time, and closing the game to play Crossy Road instead.
And I'm sure you're thinking, but Matt, that doesn't sound that bad. There are a ton of mobile games just like that. But trust me, it gets way, way worse.
In order to get any character in the game, you have to collect a certain amount of items before they can be welcomed, aka bought. Every character requires 3 different items in varying quantities. For example, Cinderella here requires the pumpkin carriage, which also works with her boo, Prince Charming, her glass slipper, and her own ear hat. When I first got the quest to unlock her, she needed 12 pumpkins, 1 glass slipper, and 12 hats. In order to get the various items in the game, you have to send your characters on specific quests. Every character has a number of quests, most of which have access to different items. In order to get Cinderella's ear hat, for example, I can either send Prince Charming jousting for 2 hours, or have Jessie yodel for 6 hours. So already, at minimum, it takes an entire day to get all 12 of Cinderella's ear hat. But the thing is, the items aren't guaranteed. Magic and experience are guaranteed, but items are not. So even if you send Prince Charming to joust 12 times, you might not get a hat every single time. So in theory, it might take only 24 hours, but in practice, you're really looking at a few days. And that's just one of her 3 different items. In order to get the pumpkin, you have to send Prince Charming to greet guests, which takes an hour. But because Prince Charming is the only one other than Cinderella who can get the pumpkins, you can't send him to get the hat and the pumpkin at the same time. So that's 12 hours minimum. You have to have Prince Charming doing something other than getting hat. So now you're looking at least 36 hours just to get those 24 items. Unless you send Jessie to yodel for the hats while Prince Charming is greeting guests, which takes 6 hours. So you can get 6 pumpkins and 1 hat at that time. Even then, you're only cutting 4 hours off of the minimum amount of time. So you're still wasting 32 hours. But then there's the slipper, which again, only Prince Charming can get. This task takes 4 hours, and the slipper is an epic item, which is even rarer than usual. So again, 36 hours minimum just to get Cinderella, and that's only if you get lucky. On top of all that, it takes 12 hours for her to show up after you manage to collect every item and pay the ridiculous amount of magic it takes to buy her. So a full 2 days of real-world time is required at minimum just to get Cinderella. And that's not even factoring in all the time it takes to get the magic that's required. See, the magic is one of two currencies in the game. You get magic for doing anything. Completing quests and just waiting for your attractions to spawn some. This takes anywhere from 1 minute to 16 hours, depending on the attraction. Most of the game is spent just clicking on buildings, collecting the magic. But you're given so little magic at a time that it takes forever to accomplish anything. So you need more buildings to get more magic, and you need more characters to do quests to get more magic. But in order to get any of those things, you need to spend magic. It's a vicious, never-ending cycle. And to make matters worse, you only collect magic when you actively check the game and click everything. So even though some smaller buildings give you their magic in an hour or less, they don't refresh and build up once the cycle is over, if you don't claim your goods. Take, for example, Mickey's house. Every minute and 10 seconds, you get 5 magic and 1 experience star. That's about 255 magic every hour. But if you don't check it every minute and 10 seconds, you only get the 5 magic the next time you check. If it stored up magic as time went on its own, then achieving goals would actually be easier. But that's not what this game wants. No! They want you to spend actual money. That's because there's a second currency. Gems. And these make everything happen faster. Want your character to instantly finish a quest? Spend some gems. Want to welcome Kristoff to your kingdom without collecting 25 fucking loots? Spend some gems. But oh, it's not that simple. See, gems come to you slowly and in small quantities. You get gems for leveling up characters, and sometimes from parades if you're lucky, but most things cost more than you get, so the only real way to get gems is to buy them with real money. And even then, you have to spend so much money to get enough gems to accomplish some of these tasks. I need over 500 gems to finish Kristoff without putting in any of the work. That's at least $25 in real-world money, and that's for one fucking character! Some characters can only be bought with gems, like Sven, Jack Sparrow, and Wall-E. Wall-E, he's the main character of his movie. His name is in the title, and you have to pay for him to be in the game. What a load of shit. But hey, at least I can get such iconic Disney characters as Elizabeth Swann and Celia May without spending a dime. I can only hope they add the cast of Meet the Robinsons or the rambunctious rapscallions from Disney Channel's hit series Jessie. Send Mrs. Kipling to eat flies for 12 hours. You can get gems by watching ads, but they only give you 2 gems every 12 hours, so even then it takes forever to get anywhere. Sometimes they'll do events where you can earn gems by being high on the leaderboard. Like, they just had this Frozen event going on because of course they did, and you can collect these coins, and if you collect enough of them and place high on the leaderboard, you get 15 gems or something. But even this is bullshit because Disney clearly rigs the leaderboard. These aren't real people. Nobody has the username Monsters Inc. employee or Donald is the best. These kind of games prey on impatient saps who just want to be rewarded without sitting through the bullshit the game makes you sit through, and they know it! It's a cynical move that should almost be illegal. Why do I have to wait 2 fucking hours for Goofy and Mickey to high five? Is Goofy just missing every 2 seconds? This is ridiculous. Sometimes quests require characters to be at a certain level to complete them, which requires spending more time to get more items and magic to level them up. For example, when I finally got Cinderella, one of her quests is to explore the fairgrounds, and in order to do that, you have to be level 2. Thankfully, it takes significantly less items to level characters up once you have them. I only need 4 pumpkins, 1 slipper, and 1 hat this time. But that's still 8 hours minimum of work, since Cinderella herself can also get pumpkins. So I spend a million hours trying to level her up, and I finally do. Sweet. I can complete the quest, but oops! In order to send Cinderella to the fair, you have to buy the Fantasy Fair attraction for 13,000 magic. I spend hours bringing Cinderella into the game, even more time leveling her up, and then I can't even complete one of her earliest quests because I need to buy something else? And the Fantasy Fair takes 8 hours to build, so I would have to wait even longer just to do the quest. And the whole fucking game is like that. You just wait, click on something, wait some more, buy something, wait for that thing, send your characters to interact with said thing, and wait. The only thing about being in a Disney park this game simulates is waiting in line. And you know, mobile games are a great way to kill some time while waiting for Space Mountain or It's a Small World or whatever, but this game fails at even that. This is a game you play for 2 minutes every 4 hours. The best thing that ever happened was this glitch where Prince Charming was completing quests instantly. Every time I would send him to do something, I received the rewards without waiting at all. It was awesome. Unfortunately, I got interrupted by a text from some dumb jerk that closed the game, and when I came back, the glitch had fixed itself. Bummer. Hell, this glitch was actually pretty common, and developer Gameloft had to issue a patch to fix it. And you know what they did? They took away any currency you gained from that glitch once the patch hit. That is some fuck. If I were to find a glitch in Uncharted that sent me through a wall and towards the end of the game, Naughty Dog wouldn't restart my save file once they patched the glitch, but I guess Uncharted doesn't rely on microtransactions to make a game worth playing, so... To the game's credit, it does look nice for a mobile game of this nature. The stylized version of the rides are cute, and there's some fun little character animations in the game, even if there is some unfortunate clipping. Also, and this seems incredibly nitpicky in a game this egregious, but some of the characters have voice samples and some don't, and that really bugs me.
That's done. What's next?
Success! Forget about it.
Not that I need to hear Will Turner's sultry voice every 10 seconds, but I would appreciate some consistency. I know Disney has sound-alikes for these characters, so why not use them? I don't get a peep out of Mike Wazowski, but Daisy Duck never shuts up!
What are friends for?
Go all in or just fold, Disney.
It makes me sad because I think a roller coaster tycoon style game featuring famous Disney attractions would actually sell really well, especially if they added in costume characters or the made-up attractions that they have in this game. But that would require making a retail price game and only making some money. Why do that when they can make a free-to-play scam like this and make all of the money?
This isn't even the only game Disney has in this style. In 2016 alone, they released a princess-themed game that plays the same, and I've seen footage of a Moana game with the same sit and wait or pay out the ass gameplay. There's also Marvel and Star Wars games with similar structures, so there's really no reason this couldn't have been an actual game. And you know what the worst part is? The most disgusting, unbelievable part of it all? I'm still playing it. I check this game every single day, several times a day. I get notifications on my phone. I saved up gems to unlock Rex before WALL-E was even available. I try to complete the story quest so I can unlock more space, which also costs magic, by the way. I'm just as guilty as everybody else playing this game, and I feel dirty about it every time I open the damn thing up.
I bought WALL-E. I'm sorry! I love you.
Hey, thanks for listening to me bitch for 12 minutes. I really appreciate that. If you liked the video, you should think about subscribing to the channel. And if you don't want to do that, well, you can give me a thumbs up or comment or do any of that stuff. It's fun. It helps out. It helps me out. It helps you out. It helps you look good to me. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. You can also check out another video I did, my Adventures in the Magic Kingdom video. That one's good. I like it. I like that video. So watch it, okay? And before we leave, I just want to go on record. On the record, I like Celia from Monsters, Inc. I was just making a joke in the video about how it's kind of weird that she's in the game and other characters aren't. That's all. But I like her. I think she's cool. She's a good character. Elizabeth Swann, not so much. I like her in the first movie, but she kind of gets shitty in the next movies. And subscribe, please.